Everybody, I just wanted to make a little video today to update you on Live Recovered for 2025. I will just share my screen here. Okay, this presentation is specifically for our ministry partners and donors and anyone who is potentially interested in donating to Live Recovered. So this is kind of updating about the end of 2024 and the start of this year. So to start, why I started Live Recovered. So many of you may know already why I started Live Recovered, but I'll just give a little overview again. So I started Live Recovered 3 years ago, after my own journey through an eating disorder in high school and college. And I really wrestled pretty deeply with the eating disorder, other mental illnesses like social anxiety, depression, OCD. Um, and yeah, I just felt very lost during that time. And my eating disorder really revolved around running and athletics and feeling like I had to look like a runner and that my worth and identity were only in being a fast runner and there was nothing else good about me outside of that. And during that time, I really didn't see a lot of stories about athletes that had recovered and were like returning to their sport or just living their lives. I started Live Recovered as Recovered Athletes. I've got my Recovered Athlete sweatshirt on right now. And and yeah, it really started as sending out Google Doc information to cross-country coaches in Wisconsin. Just because, as I mentioned, my eating disorder was really tied to running and just sharing things that I wish that my coach had shared with me, things that I wish I had known, and that led to a few of the coaches reaching out to speak to me or to request me to speak to their teams. And I was like, yeah, I'll give it a go. Honestly, I didn't expect them to like want me to come to their teams. And I started with two teams and absolutely loved it. I loved sharing my story. I loved talking about eating disorders. I loved helping those young athletes know that they don't need to lose weight to be faster. They can eat all types of foods. That if they're struggling, there's hope of full recovery. Because for myself in high school, I had a teacher, a health teacher, who was like, once you have an eating disorder, you always have it. And during that time, I was kind of suspecting I had some issues going on. And that terrified me because I'm like, I don't want to have this for my whole life. So yeah, just being able to go to those teams and just share the truth about recovery was just so awesome. So that led to me speaking to some more teams and um and then starting the nonprofit as cost and time started to get a bit more intense. And then we progressed to Live Recovered just to be able to help people outside of athletes, to help people know that they don't need to be an athlete to receive support from us. And yeah, I'll kind of like just keep going, but it really truly sets my soul on fire. For those that know me personally, know that I struggled very deeply with social anxiety. Honestly, if you've read anything I've written on the blog, probably it mentions that too. Um, so it was just a beautiful full circle moment to be able to speak to those teams and really just set my soul on fire and really just knowing that that is what God had for me in the moment and that was really where he was calling me to was just so beautiful. So I started after my own struggle, really feeling hopeless and not seeing a lot of stories and hope, especially for athletes. And then really it has progressed since there. So, the main part of Live Recovered is to shine a light in the darkness. Struggling with an eating disorder is very challenging. Oftentimes, there's other mental illnesses involved too, especially anxiety disorders, often depression as well, and maybe just throw some other ones in the mix too. So, it can feel really hopeless to struggle, and it's really difficult to recover because your brain is telling you all these things that like you need to eat a certain way, you can't eat that, you must exercise this amount, like you are ugly, all these negative things about yourself and your body. And now you need to kind of flip that and do the opposite of everything that you actually feel like you need to do. So it can feel really difficult and it can take a long time to recover. So, really, our purpose is to be here to shine a light in the darkness to help others know that they're not alone, that full recovery is possible, that there's community, and yeah, that there's just hope for the future. Because I know so many times in my own journey, um, and it might get a little emotional, I felt like there was no hope for the future for me. I'm not going to go specifically because we don't need to have this very specific details because that's unhelpful. But yeah, quite a few times I just thought that there was no hope for my future. That there was really no purpose to continuing on. Or if I did continue on, that it would just, I'd be bound to suffer for the rest of my life. So yeah, really just to shine hope to people, in a dark place. And I mentioned because I walked through that darkness, I know what it's like to struggle with an eating disorder, with other mental illnesses as well. And just, yeah, because there's so many people out there who are struggling alone, in silence. And I just remember crying on my dorm room floor because I just didn't even feel like I could cry on the bed. It had to be the floor. Not sure exactly why. But I know there's so many people out there who are just feeling so lost in their eating disorder, feeling so hopeless, feeling such intense self-hatred. Um, so yeah, that's really why I started Live Recover to help reach those people because it just breaks my heart to think that there are people across this world right now who are feeling hopeless about their future, who are going to bed hungry because they feel they can't eat, who are feeling so guilty for binging or purging, who are um, just struggling so deeply. And I believe that everyone deserves a happy, healthy, and abundant life. So that's why our mission is to not only shine a light in the darkness in general, so going to schools, going to athletic teams, sharing on our Instagram page, but also to personally be a light to those that are struggling, to connect them with support and encouragement to know that they are not alone, to walk alongside them in this difficult time. I kind of got ahead of myself earlier, so I kind of shared this already. So yeah, so we have our peer mentorship program. This is the wrong presentation, I think. So I'm gonna find the right one. Okay, everybody, welcome to our this has got to be the correct one. Okay, here's the correct one. I was like, why are all these extra slides coming up? Okay, so I guess you guys just got a little more in-depth scoop. I'm not re-recording this because we don't need to be perfect. So, okay, so all of those things are why we are doing Live Recovered as we are and just really shining a light in the darkness. Financial recap. 2024, we had 15 monthly donors. I don't know why I put up two hands for 10 because it's 15. Um, so our monthly donators donated anywhere between $5 a month and $150 a month for a grand total of $7,000 from our monthly donors. So thank you to all of our wonderful donors. We also had 23 one-time or occasional donors. So people that either donated once or maybe donated two or three times throughout the year. And that was $6,000 worth. So thank you to all of those wonderful people too. We had two grants that we received. So my husband works for Menasha Corporation and we've been applying for their grants for the last 3 years. So we got $1,500 from them. We got a small PayPal grant. We also had a lacrosse team out in New York that did a bracelet fundraiser for us and got $720 from them. And then we got a little over $2,000 from our annual walk. So that's just kind of a financial recap. We were about $1,000 to $2,000 short of our funding needs for the year. But I'm not panicking, not freaking out, trusting in the Lord, that it'll be okay. So because this is just a wonderful ministry. I love leading Live Recovered. I love, yeah, I just love, I'm very passionate about it. So, we're just trusting and continuing to move forward. Our 2024 support group. So, we had one support group running in 2024, and this was our eating disorder recovery Bible study. So, I made a Bible study packet, inductive Bible study going through different topics like inviting Jesus into recovery, food, body image, That's really all we got through in 2024. We met 11 times. We had two worship nights with guest speakers. And then in terms of participants, we had 10 joining via Zoom throughout the course of the 11 times, many people returning, and then five completing the study independently. We had our walk. So we met in Appleton, Wisconsin. This is me and Jacob's house in the background, so if you want to try to find us, I guess. It fell through to have it at a specific park, so I was like, let's just have it at the house. So we had a great turnout, and it was just really great to just be together in person. And then Molly was our guest speaker, so she shared just such a wonderful her story with us and just such a wonderful speech. So if you're interested, feel free to check out our YouTube channel and you can listen to her speech. In terms of speaking events, so we had quite a variety of speaking events. I really enjoyed all of these. So starting out in the summer, we had a distance camp. I've been speaking at the John Murray Distance Camp for 3 years now, I think. Um, and I love it. It's been really great. I think this year, if I remember correctly, they offered two sessions of their camp. So I was able to speak twice, which was really great. And that's a distance camp down in Texas. That was virtual. I'm not going, that would be cool to go down to Texas. But so we got that. The De Pere High School cross country team in Wisconsin. So went up there in the summer. Westwood Running Camp was another virtual one. The Lakeland RAs. So I went to Lakeland College and or university. I don't remember if it's college or university. And just shared about eating disorder to their resident assistants to help them to be able to identify eating disorder signs and symptoms in the individuals on their floor, and also like how to refer them to more support and how just to create a positive environment surrounding food and body image for the individuals on their floor. Me and my mom went up to Ashland, Wisconsin. If you are familiar with Wisconsin, you got the high five here. It's like way up there. So we had a great time. That was wonderful. I think it was about 30 or 40 girls who were there. And yeah, I just really loved it. And then my mom and I got to take some time to explore up there and go to Bayfield and just check it out and see what it's like. Also, La Crosse Central High School. So that one was virtual for their cross country team. We had Regis High School, which is a Catholic high school over in Eau Claire, if you're familiar with Wisconsin. I'm over here, Appleton, Eau Claire is over here. So had a nice road trip across the state. And yeah, that was really great because I was able to incorporate faith, include Bible verses, and that was for the whole student body. So it wasn't just athletes. We had the Madison East and West cross country teams, which was really, really great. I'm pretty sure one was virtual and one was in person. I know at least one of them was in person. The Concordia University Mental Health Fair, so I was able to set up a booth there for Live Recovered, share some information, got to give out a free t-shirt for the people who signed up for our newsletter list, so that was really great. The Southern Door, I'm just drawing more attention to the spelling mistake by correcting it, but Southern Door High School Athletics, which was really great. I got connected with some really great people there. Edgewood women's soccer team, that was a smaller group. I think there were like 6 or 7 of their athletes there, but it was still so great. They were super, super kind and wonderful. And then the Little Chute Health class, which is a high school that's like 10 minutes from me. And that was just really great. I got connected with that health teacher last year when I was still working in the schools. And yeah, it was just so great to come and speak to his class. And then the kids were just asked some good questions and also loved our stickers. So that's a positive as well. Our website updates. So we have had some great updates to our website. Last year we added our treatment directory. So we have it broken down to different areas of the US, just so there's not too many pages on our website, and then we can still offer it like it's included in our website subscription. We don't need to like purchase a different site or anything. So we've got Northeast, Midwest, and then for Midwest we have Michigan and Wisconsin on their own because I just know more people there. Southern US and Western. So just a place for people to be able to find providers a little bit easier. We have different denotations on there. So we have like a cross for Christian providers, a little like runner for those that specialize in athletes, and then a pregnant woman for those that specialize in pregnancy and postpartum. And we also added our learning tab. Oh, also on the treatment directory, we have recovery coaches and different courses and groups to be able to join. So, really just helping to connect people with treatment a little bit easier and some extra support. We have our learning tab. So, I've created quite a few resources over the years for, I had to like lean in. School district staff is one of them. When I was in the schools, I just created a bunch of different resources. So, have those on there. I have our athletics info sheet that we give out for all of our athletic talks. Rehab professionals, since I've done a bit for physical therapy students and athletic trainers. Faith and recovery, so some different recommended books and resources and incorporating faith and then stepping outside of the eating disorder, just because we believe it's super important to be able to, while we're working through recovery, also to take steps to separate ourselves from the eating disorder. We've got our YouTube channel I mentioned before. So we have 5 videos on here right now. I'm going to post this one up there too so people can just kind of have a nice update of Live Recovered, what we're all about. Um, yeah, my favorite one, well, besides Molly's, because Molly's is wonderful, so Molly's first. And then exploring the root causes. Definitely, if you are interested in eating disorders at all, affected by eating disorders, or have a loved one, I loved researching that and creating it. So it is from a Christian perspective, but I think it can be helpful even if you're not Christian because I did include just a variety of root causes. And then how can we start to overcome those root causes? So feel free to check that out if you're interested. Mentorship updates. So at the end of 2024, or whenever I created this presentation, which was like January, February of this year, we had 8 mentors and 15 mentees. Our mentees ranged in age from 13 to 46. And since September 2023, when we started our mentorship program, 158 months of mentorship have been provided. So I just think that's so great. And I know that in my own recovery, I really could have benefited from someone who was recovered, someone who had been there, someone just I could text during the difficult time. So love our peer mentorship program. We have grown since then. I don't have the exact numbers off the top of my brain, but I'm pretty sure we are at like 12 mentors, and we might still be around 15 mentees because we have some mentees that no longer need support or are not interested, and then we add some more in. Um, so yeah. We've got that. I love our peer mentorship program. I mentor a couple of our people. If you're watching this, shout out to you because you're awesome. But yeah, I just love it. And then we just have some quotes that I would love to share. So I check in with our mentors and mentees. I coordinate the peer mentorship program as well. So I just try to make sure everything's running smoothly, that people are getting the support that they need. And here are some quotes that I got. Things are going well. Her support is wonderful. Things are going well. Kate is an amazing support to me, and I really appreciate her. Everything is going well. Megan has been incredible. I am truly so, so grateful for her. She has been a wonderful support to me. Things are going pretty well. We're meeting this week for the first time in a while because my life has been crazy, but it's been good. We're going through our second book together, and we meet to discuss it and pray with one another. I appreciate Alyssa a lot. So, shout out to all of our wonderful peer mentors. I know I didn't include quotes from all of their mentees on here. But yeah, so just really great to help individuals that are struggling to not feel alone. Moving into 2025. Our verse of the year is Acts 2:42. They spent their time learning from the apostles, and they were like family to each other. They also broke bread and prayed together. So really just praying over this year, this is the verse that the Lord brought on my heart. And really just for us to embody this, that we are like family, that we break bread, that we have meals together and pray together, that we devote our time to reading the Bible. So yeah, that is our verse for the year. Our plans. We've got new board members and volunteers, a budget increase, an expanded peer mentorship program, adding parent mentorship, additional support groups, recovery retreats, and recovery courses. So, starting with the budget, because I like to be very transparent with this. So, speaking events and groups, we've got our Zoom Pro package, which is the 175 here. Recovery materials, because who doesn't love to be sent wonderful free recovery materials? So we've got $300 set aside for that. Overhead costs, so our insurance costs about $1,000. Last year, I want to say it was 850. So I budgeted in an extra 150 just in case it increases. So we should be, I'm pretty sure that's mid-March that it comes out, so it should be coming out soon. Our website is $400 a year. Our Giving Fuel site, so if you've donated to us and you've donated on that site, that's $708. So a little bit pricey, but also it's really convenient to see everybody's donations in one place. And then also it saves me, and shout out to my mom because she did it our first year, a lot of time for giving people their end of year giving statements because I can just click a button and it sends it to them. And then our PO box. So that's what's included in this price. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so just about. I was wondering if I budgeted a little extra, but so it's overhead. And then salary. So I like to be very transparent because at first I felt a little bit yucky using most of our money for my salary. But just explaining it, I think helps a little bit. So I am paid for 120 hours a month, 30 hours a week. My salary per hour has increased a little bit. So $20 an hour for 2024, 2025 is $23 an hour. 45 hours of vacation time, 30 hours of sick leave time. I might need some health insurance the second half of the year. It's looking like probably not though, so I'd have to fundraise a little bit more for that. But so the purpose of the salary is to fund time associated with the peer mentorship program. So I coordinate our peer mentorship program. I check in with our mentors and mentees. I match them together. I promote it. Just keep it running. I personally mentor, I was mentoring 6 people at the end of December. I'm now mentoring 3 right now. So I try to also mentor people, one, because I love it, 2, because I want to make sure that people aren't waiting a long time before they get support. Leading support groups slash groups in general. So I lead a group that meets 3 times a month throughout the year. I lead our Bible study on Mondays and Wednesday nights. I coordinate our other support groups to try to get those going, like our over 30 group. I run our Facebook support groups. I'm not gonna lie, I have slacked on this. So, but they're still there, parents and loved ones, ED support over 30. I also run the eating disorder providers in Wisconsin Facebook page just to connect Wisconsin providers because I noticed there was a lack in the ability for Wisconsin providers to connect. And since then, I have started a Facebook page for Christian eating disorder providers to get them connected, networking. Yeah. I do our speaking events and outreach. So I do outreach emails to athletic teams and camps, healthcare providers. I lead virtual support groups or virtual speaking events to athletes, educators, healthcare providers. I've cut back on the in-person just because my capacity to do that is a little bit limited, but I do have 2 talks, well, 3 talks right now scheduled for this year in person, 2 at Concordia, and then the Little Shoot Health class again because he invited me to come back. Website, so I do our website upkeep. I try to keep everything in-house because that decreases the cost and we don't need to be paying people to do the website, to do the accounting, to do all of that. So I try to do it so that we don't have to like pay other people to, and we can keep the costs lower because I just kind of figure it out as I go. So keeping up the website, updating our treatment finder, adding blog posts, reaching out to people to write blog posts. I've been getting back into writing again because I just love it. So writing some blog posts too. Overall upkeep of the nonprofit. So I respond to all the emails that we get, maintain compliance with the state and IRS. So like our annual report, 990 that we need to do. taxes, things like that. I do our accounting and fundraising as well. And then volunteer internship program. So we have been having like 1 to 3 interns throughout the year. So just kind of checking in with them. I'm their main person, so coordinating that, and then also training our volunteers and helping to get them connected with certain tasks. So, whew. I say all of that not to like, I don't want to be like showy with what I do, but I just want to be very honest. So that if you are like uncomfortable where you see the amount and you're like, wow, that's a lot for her salary, like, couldn't that be used elsewhere? But just like, I'm going through and like doing a lot of the initiatives for us. So, like, the salary is necessary for like our peer mentorship program to keep going, our support groups, our speaking events, our website, accounting, maintaining compliance, and things like that. So that's just, I want to be honest and upfront to just help people to feel comfortable when they're donating, to know that, like, okay, we have this budget increase. Like, where is the money going towards? Because I know I'm just a little bit of a nosy and curious person. So I just like to know, like, if I'm donating somewhere, like, where's the money going? What are they using it for? So, questions with that, feel free to reach out to me, liverecovered@gmail.com. Um, I'm sure a lot of you have my cell phone number as well, so you can set up a time to chat as well. I'd be happy to do that. Board members. So, our previous board members that we had, in addition to myself, had to step down just with time commitments and other life circumstances coming up. So, we have 3 new board members that I'm excited to announce. So, we've got Kate, who is an athlete at Baylor University College down in Texas. She's very passionate about eating disorder recovery. She's super knowledgeable on sport and eating disorders and is so passionate about that. So, she's our vice president and also our intern. Kenna is so wonderful. She is down in Georgia. She is our secretary. She gives great input into just what we have going on with Live Recovered. And yeah, just like we'll be keeping track of our meeting notes. So that's Kenna. She's wonderful. And Michelle is so wonderful. She's over in Colorado. She also just gives amazing advice. We have a group chat with the 4 of us where we can bounce ideas off of each other, kind of come up with um, plans to like different like circumstances and things that come up. So that's wonderful. Michelle also leads our over 30 group that meets 1 Sunday a month and is a peer mentor as well. So thank you to our wonderful board members for being here and keeping us up and running and helping us out. And then we have our wonderful volunteers. So I thought it would be a great idea to showcase our volunteers on our website. 1, as a thank you to them, and 2, just to really show this like beautiful community that we have. So, since I've had this, I have updated our thing a little bit. Oh, apparently not. Okay, but anyway, here are our wonderful, we have our peer mentors, social media, yeah, parent mentor, everything on here. I need to update some more pictures. But yes, I'm so thankful to all of our volunteers for helping, and we really like can't do this without our volunteers. So, going into our expanded peer mentorship program. So, I've been promoting our peer mentorship program, trying to get more mentors and mentees. So, this has been expanding and has been really great just to keep getting people connected to support. Coming soon, now started. We have a wonderful parent mentor who is connected with a parent of a child with an eating disorder now. So, the purpose of parent mentorship, I didn't think of this idea. Lori, shout out to you. Hopefully, you don't mind me saying your name. Lori thought of this and is so wonderful. She reached out after seeing a flyer for our peer mentorship program and was like, hey, do you do this for parents? Because I'd love to do so. So she's really what got the ball rolling for our parent mentorship program. So we're really working to just start to get that rolling. So right now we have her connected with 1 parent, but really working to expand to get some more parents connected with other parent mentors. So, if you are listening and you have provided support to a child with an eating disorder and would like to mentor, or if you are currently providing support to a child and you are in need of a mentor, please feel free to I'm pretty sure I have, it's not on our website yet. I'll get that up and running. You can email me if you would like to join, and I can send you the link. Free recovery courses. We're going to have some free recovery courses um, on severe and enduring eating disorders, root causes, pregnancy, postpartum, autism, which will be coming soon. Probably this summer, fall, I would say. I think I put on our like end of year giving plan for summer. So that's still in the works. Really excited. I know for myself, why everything free, Megan? Doesn't that like you just said that we are $2,000 short at the end of last year? Like, why would you not pay? Why would you not charge people? I can see where you might ask that question. Um, but I just really feel strongly in my heart that God is calling us not to be charging people for these resources. And also, I just remember myself in recovery where I felt so unworthy that I would like not buy myself a new pair of socks if like they had a bunch of holes in them. And yeah, just had a really difficult time spending money on myself. And there was this one program that was free during COVID that I did and really helped my recovery. And I know I would not have paid for the program if it was paid. So I really want to increase access to resources and help people that maybe otherwise wouldn't have like purchased the program to be able to still access the program and to be able to get support and encouragement. So that's why things are free. Virtual recovery retreat coming up. I still have not set a date. I should because it's March 7th today. Shooting for May. I'll keep you all posted. But virtual recovery retreat will be meeting a Friday evening and a Saturday morning with some guest speakers. I'll do a little movement session and just everything revolving around breaking change, breaking the chains of the eating disorder, specifically Psalm 107:14. He brought them out of the utter darkness, and broke away their chains. So that will be coming up. There will be a small cost to attending this because this will be a fundraiser for us to try to get a little bit more money. And finally, personal update. So, me and Jacob, my husband, we got married in May, May 11th to be exact. And here's the whole wedding party and everybody that was there. So we've got that. We are living in Appleton, Wisconsin. I was working at Good Shepherd, a nursing home, for a little bit as a physical therapist. Since then, have started Reclaimed Movement. If you're not familiar, I'd love to chat more. Really providing virtual physical therapy for individuals in Wisconsin with eating disorders, and also doing movement coaching for anyone in the US who has an eating disorder. I'm actually recording another video after this for Reclaimed Movement, so feel free to check it out if you'd like. But super passionate about that and just really, if I'm honest, I felt very stuck in physical therapy for a while. I loved the schools. For those that know, I worked in the school district before this. I loved it, but then started to lose my passion and just became a lot more passionate about serving people with eating disorders. Although I will say I still have recurring dreams about the school district and missing everybody, so that's that. But yeah, so just embarking on this new adventure with my dad. So he is also a movement coach with us. I've been reading a lot of books lately because I'm trying to chill, calm my nervous system, chill the PMDD, chill the anxiety. So if you are into Christian romantic suspense, that is my favorite genre. I understand it's a very specific genre. Colleen Coble writes wonderful books, so I've been obsessed and have been reading that. Um, yeah, me and Jacob took our honeymoon in the end of May and June in Colorado. So this is us there. Cutie patooties. And then we love going camping. So here's one of our pictures of winter camping. This was more fall camping, I think. Maybe it was winter and we just didn't have snow. And me and Jacob are desiring to move to the UP for those that are unfamiliar, because I don't know. I know it as UP. I don't know if like everyone in the US knows as that. I don't think so. Upper Peninsula of Michigan. So, that's something that we would really like to happen. We're leaving the timing open to God. We're not rushing it, but we would really love to have a nice off-grid cabin up there. a place in the woods, and I'm preparing with getting everything virtual. With Live Recovered's already virtual. Reclaim Movement is now just a virtual practice. I mean, it was never in person. Just preparing for that so that I can contribute for our future family. So our current family, ourself, me and Jacob, our son Ron, a dog, and our cat Inky. So, yes, I really hope you enjoyed listening to this presentation. I'm just gonna go back here. So yeah, if you have questions, I would love to chat further. And also, just the purpose of this presentation is to help, just to shine a light on Live Recovered and our funding needs as well. So if you are listening, I would definitely love if you would consider taking some time to prayerfully consider donating to Live Recovered and helping us to support this mission. Um, because yeah, we're in need of some more support and really to continue to keep things free, our peer mentorship support groups, the upcoming recovery courses, we really need donors to help with this. So, yeah, I just thank you for listening to this. I would love to pray over you if you would like. If you're not comfortable, feel free to exit out of the video now. No worries at all. Um, but yeah. Lord God, I just thank you for the wonderful person who is listening to this, all of the wonderful people that will listen to this. And I just pray that you would be with them, Lord, that they would know that you are there with them. Um, that if they are interested in getting involved with Live Recovered, that you would give them the bravery and just the courage to take that step to do so, Lord. And if they are in need of support, I pray that you would give them the bravery and strength to reach out to us and get connected with our services. And just thank you for this wonderful ministry, Lord. All the amazing people that I've met and just how you're so beautifully working through it all. We just lift up this time to you and just this organization to you, Lord. In your name we pray. Amen. So, thank you for listening. I am, yeah, just so excited to lead Live Recovered. I'm excited to see how God moves in 2025. And yeah, if you would like to connect, I probably should have added this on the end. But feel free to give me an email. Liverecovered@gmail.com is probably the best way to get connected with me. If you have my cell phone number, feel free to text me. But yeah, I'd just love to chat further. If you have questions about joining our monthly partnership team or making a one-time donation or helping with fundraising or volunteering, peer mentoring, whatever it might be, I'd love to set up a time to chat with you. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks for being on this nice excursion with me as we dove into 2024 and 2025. So it's the weekend here now. Hope you have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Bye.